Welcome to Monster Jam. I'm your host, Scott Jordan. Once again joined by Great Clips Mohawk Warrior driver Bryce Kenny and our pit reporter Leslie Mears. And tonight, Monster Jam comes home to Tampa as we rejoin Stadium Championship Series 1 on what's become the most competitive series out there. It is the tightest points race. 6 points separate our top 5 athletes. And at the top of that leaderboard is Justin Sipes and Megalodon, who comes over from the Triple Threat Series, now doing very well in stadiums.
Well, an uncharacteristically slow start for Ryan Anderson as well, but he's a World Finals champion for a reason. And he's not going to just sit back and let someone else take this championship. And so I'm excited to see what Ryan has in store. 17 World Finals champions are represented here. Let's meet the superstars of Stadium Championship Series 1.
Camden Murphy, Itasca, Illinois, Bakugan Dragonoid.
Justin Sipes, Flaherty, Kentucky, Megalodon.
Cynthia Gauthier, Quebec, Canada, Montuma, Dalmatian, Ice.
Tom Mentz, Paxton, Illinois, Max D, Fire.
Don Cretan, Tonganoxie, Kansas, Scarlet Bandit.
John Gordon, Hiram, Georgia, Bag Company.
Brian Wright, Grandy, North Carolina, Hooked.
Steve Sims, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Stone Crusher.
Ryan Anderson, Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Son of a Digger.
Morgan Kane, Currituck, North Carolina, Grave Digger.
Jim Kohler, Michigan, Avenger.
Brad Allen, Columbus, Michigan, El Toro Loco.
Jimmy Creighton, Tonganoxie, Kansas, Bounty Hunter.
Shane England, Paris, Texas, the Big Kahuna.
Stack field here, ready to compete in 3 competitions. 14 points goes to the winner, and every competition is crucial to trying to get that overall event championship. Their only matchup this year, Camden Murphy defeated Steve Sims, and they are pretty even there through that straightaway, and around that turn they go. This is where Camden Murphy is so good.
Well, one of the interesting things about his driving style, too, is Camden Murphy gets the truck back on the dirt sooner, so he's able to accelerate a little bit faster than his competitors, but that is a lightning fast turn, and Steve Sims has to push it a little bit too hard to try to keep up. It's just not quite enough.
Steve Sims and Stone Crusher having issues with the turns there. Now, Bryce, at what point do you know you're behind in a race?
You really don't know if you're ahead or behind until you come across that final turn car in that final turn, and Steve Sims knew it's why he pushed it a little bit too hard.
For Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid, his 2nd win of the year. Let's go down to our racing winner.
Well, Camden Murphy, doing what you need to do out here, making laps, getting yourself those 14 points and taking it back to that first week 1 win in Anaheim. It's a repeat tonight.
Yeah, it feels great, that's for sure. You know, we had so many great competitors on this tour. I didn't even expect to get out of the next round with Justin Sipes, even with Morgan Kane. So making the final round is something in itself. But hey, you know, we came out on top in the end.
Awesome for you and your team. So how are you going to keep this momentum going forward here for the rest of the night to try to leave here with the points lead?
Well, honestly, one of the biggest things, and it's the last thing he said to me before that green light went in the racing, is stay cool, calm, and collected. Don't make any mistakes and do what you do best. So my man Fitchett right here is always in my ear, keeping me ready to rock and roll, but we're always here for our Monster Jam fans. We're going to put on a great show.
Cool, calm, and collected for Camden Murphy. It is all coming together for him in the 2019 season. He gets 14 points, the first 14 of the night. A Triple Threat Series driver-athlete coming over and having a great year in Stadium Championship Series 1.
Well, Brad Allen here in El Toro Loco. He's lining up for the same obstacle, but instead of a wheelie, he's actually putting the front of the nose of the truck up on top, trying to get a popper, but can't quite get enough of a hit, enough momentum to get it all the way vertical up on the nose.
When you miss your first hit, you have 2 in this competition, how do you recover as a driver knowing you have to do something spectacular to get any points on your 2nd run?
Well, it is frustrating because you have to bring that wow moment, and so you have a tendency to, if you're not careful, to maybe even overdrive on the 2nd one. But Brad Allen is calm, cool, and collected on this nose wheelie. Perfect throttle control there as well. And at this point, he's keeping some nice RPM up on the truck, and at that point, he's controlling it off of the brake.
And there's the smoke from El Toro Loco. Brad Allen comes down the ramp, gets up on the nose, and just keeps it there for an 8.746. Here's your BKT top 5 of the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. Your new leader, Brad Allen, El Toro Loco, a great score. Justin Sipes and Megalodon right now sits at that cut line in between the 8th and 9th position for the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. The top 8 compete at World Finals, and look at the nose wheelie into a moonwalk for Megalodon, so Justin Sipes has to continue to get great scores if he's going to compete for the World Championship.
Well, his throttle control is really unmatched when it comes to tricks like this, and he's been doing this across arenas everywhere in the United States, and he's been very successful, but tries to get a nice bicycle, gets it on the sidewalls of those BKT tires, and a really cool save. That's a wow moment the fans were waiting for, a 9.420.
And that is your new score to beat for Justin Sipes in Megalodon. The bicycle becoming one of Ryan Anderson's go-to moves in this competition, but with weather like this and a track like this, it almost makes it impossible here.
Well, it's even difficult to get a slap wheelie, but Ryan Anderson is an expert at it. You can hear him kind of peppering the throttle a little bit. That's keeping control of that Monster Jam truck as much as possible on a really slick track. But because he is so well known for bicycles and all the variations, you know, I'd be curious if he is just going to hit another slap wheelie, or he is going to try a bicycle and try to give the fans what they want.
Well, that's what is important to Ryan Anderson, giving the fans what they want, and nothing seems to be too impossible for Ryan Anderson. He is lining up for a bicycle off the ramp and gets it almost successful, but nails it down just a little bit and going into a cyclone. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, still giving the fans what they want.
Well, he's going to be dizzy after that one, but kudos to Ryan for giving it a shot and going out there and trying to do probably the impossible. But if anyone is known for doing the impossible, it's Ryan Anderson and son of a digger. But an 8.855, that's a really good score, but I know he wished he could have come out on top.
Not quite good enough to get the lead from Justin Sipes in Megalodon. That 9.420 stands the test of the competition. 14 points going the way to Megalodon. Right now, let's hear from our Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge winner, Justin Sipes in Megalodon.
Justin, it seemed like, you know, perfect balance out there. I love how you threw it in reverse real quick to save it on that popper. And then the bicycle, you know, how are you perfecting your two-wheel skills here to take the win this weekend?
Well, that's just it. Us triple threat guys are coming off triple threat, where that's like our favorite thing in triple threat is the two-wheel skills, and we get 3 hits there. So we've had a lot of practice, a lot of balancing, and yeah, we're trying to bring it in these stadiums and show some of these old guys a few tricks.
This is a guy I know has to be winded by the end of a 122nd run.
There's some highlights from the run. You saw the donuts and the cyclones, the jumps he made. Morgan Kane doing everything he can to do a great run with this muddy track. There's the score, 9.389. He is out of the truck, and the fans are letting him hear it.
Well, she had great control throughout this whole run, and as much control as you can have was still putting on a really good freestyle run on a slick track. But that backflip was awesome. That was a really quick rotation on a slick track like this. The hardest thing to do is get that rotation when the dirt is so wet. And she did a masterful job at it.
And the celebration happening right now on the truck. Cynthia Gauthier, arms pumped in the air.
He makes sure that everyone in Tampa is going to remember son of a digger after this night.
As a shot this year to go back to back to back, there is the backflip for son of a digger. Gets up on the back 2 tires and lands it. Ryan Anderson, a 9.266 in Monster Jam Freestyle. And here are your freestyle point standings. You see the backflip Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice. Cynthia Gauthier running away with it with a 9.498, her second freestyle win of the year, first since week 1 in Anaheim. We're going to hear some great words from our freestyle winner. Let's go down to Leslie Mears and Cynthia Gauthier.
Cynthia, you take home the freestyle victory tonight, but it's with a lot of help from your crew as they were able to get your truck back and ready tonight.
You know what? We had a bad start from the show. I was kind of disappointed. We need all those show for the Monster Jam World Final in Orlando. So he was working, him and Lacey, so hard, and I was in my truck. I was like, hopefully we can come back. He's like, trust me, we'll go back, and I don't want that truck in one piece. So I gave everything I got.
Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice on a big freestyle win tonight. Not going to be enough for the overall event championship. There your point standings with 36. It's Morgan Kane and Gravedigger slightly edging out Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. An incredibly competitive event. 3 competitions, 3 different winners, and in the end, on top of the mountain, it is Morgan Kane in Gravedigger. Let's hear from our overall event champion.
Well, Morgan Kane, you take home the overall this weekend, critical points, but more importantly, I think you had a little help tonight taking us overall victory.
Oh, definitely. I think the biggest thing throughout the season, you got to be consistent. And if you're consistent and you're just running through, making sure that you're at least in the top 3, and that's my job. But these guys right here, their job is to keep the truck 110%. And they've been doing a great job. My true crew chief, Parker Hatcher, he's out for right now. Should be making the comeback later in the season, but Tim Hall has been stepping up for me. And then we got John Sweeney stepped in this weekend to come help us out. But this amazing first overall of the season. I'm ready to continue on to Indianapolis and keep this run going.
Yeah, and you also carry that good luck charm with you too that's helping you out.
Yeah, so this is a 1-year anniversary. My daughter just turned 1 year old last Thursday. It's a good feeling. I mean, being a parent, there's no other love that you can find in this world. And my wife and I are just so proud of our little baby girl, Everly. And this is her beanie when she was in the NICU. And Carl Van Horn filled in for me here at Tampa. So I always keep this in here with my pocket everywhere I go and every time I get out there and drive Gravedigger.
A great night here in Tampa, capped off with Morgan Kane and Gravedigger.